Hello, my name is Hamid. Today I will show you how to clean your glass top and the inside of the oven. Um, I will be using this Easy Off and this scraper. It's gonna cost me around $7 to fix the whole thing and clean it. If you look at the top, see how old it looks. We got a lot of ganky stuff built up, and over time it burns down there and it gets stuck in there. If you use water or towel or anything, try to clean it. You can't really clean it easily. You have to use a strong chemical to fix this issue here. Easy Off oven cleaner. You can buy it from dollar store, Dollarama, Dollar Tree, or uh, c- uh, different places. You can also buy a scraper like this, and after that you can use it. If you have birds and pets at home, please get them out of the house or lock them in a different room. Keep your windows open, door open. I prefer doing this outside of the house. That way you're on the safe side. But if you don't want to do it outside of the house and you want to do it inside, also have to wear a mask and gloves to do this. But for now, I'm gonna spray this on the top glass and let it sit for 2 hours, and then after 2 hours I'll come back and clean all of these ganky stuff. See, it doesn't look nice here. Spray it. You want to spray it in places that you really think that there's lots of ganky stuff built up there. And if possible, I advise you to uh, keep the stainless steel area uh, safe. By doing that, by keeping it safe, you want to put a towel here, or you want to put a plastic and cover the whole area, because when you're using this oven cleaner spray, it may cause a little bit of issue on the stainless steel area too. And the same thing, you can do it inside of the oven. You open your door and you see the way the oven looks. Look at the inside. And I'm gonna come back in 2 hours and do some cleanup. I already sprayed in this area. I'll spray it more. And we're gonna wipe it after 2 hours and see how it goes. Okay, I'll see you back in 2 hours. So here you go, we are back after 2 hours, and you can see how it looks here. And now I'm gonna start scraping it. See that? It's usually around the element rings that gets lots of ganky stuff builds up over time. And the way you're holding this blade in your hand is you have to kind of hold it in 45 degrees angle like this. You do not want to go sharp like this straight, or in wrong position. You kind of go like this, hold it and go back and forth. You may want to apply some pressure on it to get rid of the extra ganky stuff that's built up on the cooktop. You see how nice it looks? This area is just dry. You just have to wipe it. Other than that, you see the difference. Some of the areas that has a little left over here, you see all of this debris, you can still clean it. Got a little bit of a spot right here. There. Any of the spots you see there's some debris cooked up in there, you can use this blade and that will clean it. For example, look at this area and you will see there. So the top looks really getting clean right now. See, I'm gonna take a couple pictures of this and I can compare it with the old cooktop. See how it looks. Remember when you clean all of this, before you use your oven, you will see a lot of white discoloration. To get rid of all of that white discoloration, you may want to spray it with Windex or something, or an oven or a glass cleaner. That takes care of the white spots. And when you're doing all of this, please make sure that the power is off, just to be on the safe side, because you will be lifting up the element. You do not want to short the contacts from the back and uh, cause issues. So it's always better to turn off the breaker or unplug the unit while you're doing these cleanups. And some of the spots that looks like this, you can always use your blade. And even on corners of the door, you can do the same thing here. Look at these. If you have the same spots inside of the oven, you can do the same thing. It doesn't look perfect, but it looks way better than before. What I'm gonna do is I have to take the door out, open it apart, and clean the inside of the glass. In order to take the door off, you want to focus on these hinges. You see on the hinge how it looks. Flat screwdriver. I pried it out. See it looks. And the same thing we're gonna do on other side. See that? There it comes down. I will put this towel on top of the oven because I will be working on the glass and I'll leave it on top of the oven. So once you open these two, you lift up the door until you see you have a little bit of resistance here. And then after that you can just kind of put your knee on the front, lift it a little bit up and pull it out like this. It's super easy and simple. And then put it on top of the oven in this position. See, once you have it here, we're gonna open these screws, all of the 4 screws out, and then after that you see you have a little bit of play here. The next thing you want to do is you have to take the 2 screws off from the front here. 1 screws here, this screw is also holding the handle in place. And then open the next screw. The next part is this, and just spray it. You really don't have to use a scraper or blade here, but what you can use is I prefer using a green Scrabby. I could not find a green Scrabby, but I'm just going to use a towel here. This bottom area, you really don't have to care about it because it's at the bottom of the oven door and you cannot see it from the back side. If you want to do a little bit of wipe up and clean up, you can do it, no problem. Otherwise you really don't have to go that deep to clean all of the garbage from the bottom of the glass. The main important part is here. Usually you get a drop spots, looks like a drop of water running down. This side is good, it's clean. And here, because we got some spots here, we may want to use this blade. Once you wipe the top glass, now you can see at the bottom of this, we still got funny looking spots here, the white spots here, you see. So now we're gonna have to clean that. That's the challenging part. You wanna really pay attention on it, how to clean it and put it back together. See how nice it looks, the top glass. There's no spots left here, except the other spot you can see is at the back of this glass. And if you clean this, the oven glass is going to be perfect. So in order to remove this glass, you have to take all of this metal piece out. See the way the metal piece goes. You have to separate this metal piece from the black part here. So to do that, open a couple of screws from this place. Four screws from the bottom, 4 screws from the top. Take this screw out. Remember how it goes. And now what you can do is you have to kind of play around with it. See, you do not have a lot of play here. Now we're going to open the hinge screws. You take the hinge screws, you have to flip the door. And remember the hinge screws are black, tiny screws. And then the hinge comes out, goes in this position. Remember this. The other hinge is out too. And now let's flip it again. You got a little bit of play, but what's holding it from the side is this one screw here. I can take this screw out. This screw is out, including this side panel. And now I can lift it up. We got into the glass, and I will lift up this glass It's still not clean, but you can always take it in the sink and wash it. But the main important part is not this one. The bottom one has the main problem here. You see all of this spot here? I wish I had a green Scrabby. With green Scrabby, it would look really nice when you wipe it, and a little bit of scraping is necessary here. And at the same time, you may want to use this sharp blade here too. Do the same thing, go back and forth just to make sure there is nothing stuck in here. Sometimes you cannot see it, but if there is something, it's going to come under the blade, and then you will be able to wipe it and clean it. So the bottom glass is clean too. When you're holding the glass, do not hold it like this, because you're going to have fingerprints on the glass, and it doesn't look nice after you put your door back together. So kind of hold it in this position from the corners. Wipe it again. Add your cover back together. Remember, you have one screw from the side panel. This side panel goes back together here like this. It goes from inside, not from outside. So from inside, and then you add the screw from this side. And now what you can do is, to make your job easier, is that you have to add your 4 screws that you pulled out already. These 4 silver screws. Remember, you do not want to over tighten. And if you over tighten these screws, there's a good chance your oven glass is gonna explode or crack over time. Looks good. Flip it back again here. The hinges are, you lift this up, goes from the bottom. While you're holding it with one hand, you can add your screws on the screw hole. You can use a drill or just a screwdriver. Here I'm holding the hinge from the bottom. I added my screws. Line up the hinge from this side. Once you see the hole, you can just insert your screw back in. You can see how the door handle goes in here. First of all, you want to line this up. Here it sits. See the way it sits here? You want to see the screw coming out from the bottom here. See the screw? You can always wipe this area because the handle goes here. And the same thing on other side. See the screw? You line up the handle hole with the screw. Hold your screw from the top. And then we tighten it. Do the same thing here on other side. It's possible that you have the handle in wrong position, so maybe if you're having a hard time to reinstall the handle back in, flip the handle and then reinstall it and see how it goes. Okay, so the handle went in proper position now, because when I was adding the handle together, I had it opposite way, and that's why I was having a hard time. So I made a small mistake here. I'm going to show you so you will not make the same mistake. You see this side trim piece. This is supposed to be inside, like other side. See this side? This side seems okay, and it's actually more here. You see this side is okay. It's a little bit more towards the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I will have to open this back again and fix this problem. Handle will fall down. You want to lift it up and then insert it back in. Sorry about the confusion, but here seems okay now. See, it's supposed to be like this. Supposed to be like this, and I'll show you the other side. See, you see the corner here? You want to insert it like that, and the same thing, you want to insert it. If one hinge is not in proper position, you may want to adjust it with your hand. If one hinge doesn't go in position, you may want to adjust it with your hand, kind of like this. Line it up, lift it. See here, and of course you're gonna follow the same procedure. Open your door, close these tabs, and close your door. And when you open and you close your door on the oven, be very careful that you do not want to get any kind of a squeaking or a squealing noise. Open it, close it. If you have any kind of noise, then that means that your oven door is not installed properly. You also want to make sure that the door is closing properly, tight. It doesn't stay open like this. Or if the top of the door, this area, hits this area, that means that you did not install your hinges properly. You may want to open your door back again, open it from both sides, pull the door out, and reinstall it back in. And that should take care of the problem. Remember, all of the easy of cleaner stuff is getting dried out and it becomes whitish color. You can always wipe these over time. It's almost impossible to wipe all of those white spots from that from oven area at the same time, because you don't know when it's a little bit wet. You cannot see the white spots, but when it gets dry, that's the time you will get white spots. And at the same time, look at this one. Spots like that, you can always use your scraper, or worst case, you can use the oven spray again and let it sit for another couple hours, and then do the same thing, and that would clean the oven. You can always clean your racks. You can keep your racks outside of the house, spray it with oven cleaner. Use a plastic bag or garbage bag at the bottom of this. Spray it really good. Let it sit for a couple hours. You can do the same thing. You can wipe it, rinse it off, and it's gonna look brand new. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances Repair. Thank you.